All right, y'all. We got the arena. Touching on the Cam Ward topic, calling out his team. Let's go ahead and hear this out.
Cam Ward saying that him and his team are ass. That's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest. That offense on paper is not bad. Like, all honesty, is not bad. I think maybe the O line, maybe they could be better for sure. But I think their play calling is buns. And I mean, you're not gonna single out the offensive coordinator, but I do think they play calling is not good. And yeah, I think personnel wise, they got good personnel offensively. It's just play calling for the most part, and a little bit of O line.
I like it, man. I do. I like it. As long as you include yourself in that. If he got up there and called out his team and said they're ass and they're not doing a good job, I'm doing my job, and you have that prima donna type attitude, hate it. But the fact that he included himself in that, I don't mind it. And you got to watch the whole interview because I went back and watched it. He started off taking accountability first. They said, "How'd you play?"
They asked him was about him.
Yeah, the first question they asked, they said, "It's a homecoming for you. How was that?" "I'm here to win football games." "How do you feel you played?" "Ass. I was ass. I missed too many throws, too many incompletions. Couldn't get the ball going once we got across the 50. Had an interception." In my opinion.
Yeah, I do think obviously he's not perfect. He's not perfect, but are some things he could be doing better. But OC, I don't think they drawing up the best plays. I generally don't. It don't look like it. I don't think they're putting the guys in position to bro, it's just like looking at the landscape of the NFL, watching a team like, and I know everybody can't beat the Lions. Watching a team like the Lions and some of the plays that they run is crazy. Or watching a team like the Chiefs and how, they get back into their groove and some of the plays that they're running, or the Rams, or even the Chargers, how they get some of the guys open. The Packers have a very, very good passing game. Everybody gets involved there. But it's like, I don't know. It's hard to expect everybody to be nice. Cause I get it, but it just feel like it's more glaring, and I genuinely don't think. Again, he's a rookie quarterback, so he gets some grace, but I do think he get a little less grace because he's a first overall pick. But I do think that they play calling could be a lot better.
And that's on the receiver, but he took accountability. He said that interception's on me, and they never got in momentum. Too many penalties because of pre-snap issues. So I love that he took accountability first. And if we're being honest, I mean, he's not lying. They're last right now in total offense. They're last in scoring offense. They're last in passing offense. He's last in QBR.
Yes.
He's last in completion percentage.
Yeah.
And he's been sacked 17 times this year. That's more than any other quarterback. They are ass. And I know you can argue and say, all right, look, maybe you get up there and have the PR answer to say, okay, maybe we're not ass. We got to get better. It's unacceptable. You can say that. Bullshit, man. I don't like that because you guys know, and I learned this as a rookie, being a quarterback, you need to be authentic. These guys respect authenticity. If you get up and you're someone that you're not every single day and you pretend to be someone in the locker room and then you're different on the field and then you're different in meeting rooms and then you're different outside of the facility, they will see right through that and they won't follow you and they won't respect you as a leader. And once you lose the locker room, you lose everything. Mm-hmm. So I don't mind it. I like the way that he said it. They're 0-4. They're 3-18 in their last 21 games. I doubt there's anyone in that locker room that would disagree with them. So I like the fact that he took accountability. But I will say this. My message to Cam Ward, too, though, is it upset me a little bit watching that because I just really hope right now what's going on in Tennessee doesn't affect his love for the game because that looked like someone that was struggling.
I wouldn't think that. I think he a rookie. I think he ready to be good. I don't think that at all. Affecting his love for the game would be him getting benched. But like him playing bad as a team as a rookie, I feel like a typical rookie would expect that. Like we're not going to be a Super Bowl team. I think the Jaden Daniels experience is one in every 1,000. You know what I mean? I think generally rookies don't expect to come in and have that type of success or season. I think some realistic expectations are there. He was saying in the preseason that he thinks that their offense is a top 5 offense or something like that on paper. And, I'm not mad at that. You feeling very confident in your guys and personnel. And I think the potential is there for them to be really good. But the chemistry and play calling got to be there, and you know, it's just not right now.
And he started saying some stuff in the offseason too about, hey, we're mid.
I'm pretty sure he was serious.
He was starting to lose that love in his eyes, and then now he's going through it. I've been there before in Cleveland. You have to have the 24-hour rule, and that is okay. You're going to lose some games. You're going to win some games. It might suck, but after you go back and watch the tape, you got to turn the page. You got to move on from it, because if you start letting that affect you on a week-to-week basis and you never get out of that slump, it is so hard to gain that confidence back. You got to learn from the mistakes that you made, but you also have to grow with the good and take some of the positive, because he's done some things well. And he also said that. He said, look, you know, we're doing things well at practice. This isn't all negative. We're doing some things well at practice. It's just not transitioning to Sundays, and it has to translate to win. So I really hope the Titans get it figured out for him. I hope they get some pieces around him, get the offensive line to help him. They get some receivers on the outside. I just would hate to see.
I think the receivers are fine. I think Pollard is fine. They finna get Tajay back within the next 2 weeks or so, maybe even less than that. I think the O-line could be better, and also I do think the play calling could be better. Like, the personnel, for the most part, is okay. I don't think personnel is the glaring issue. I think their play calling is a bigger issue than personnel.
This kid's career
but that's
be
my
over
thing.
before he even gets a chance to get it.
They need more pieces and better O-line. 17 sacks. Now I'm gonna say this, and like, you take it with a grain of salt. I think he could get the ball out a bit sooner on some occasions. But yes, I think they are number 2 in sacks in the league. So yes, the O-line does need to be better. But again, I say this. I've said this before, that if you have good play calling, it can mask some of your offensive line deficiencies. And their play calling is not that good, is what it is. Like, you can have a good OC come in there, and he can take that 17 sacks to about 11 sacks, you know, realistically. But it's what it is.
It started.
I don't think he'll ever go in that path that you
Really, a problem that they got more to worry about.
Yeah.
That's not in his blood.
I hope not.
He's a fucking dog.
I hope
you know what I'm
not.
saying? So you
I don't
don't
think
got
he
to
a
worry
huge
about
problem.
that with Cam. I understand your concerns, Cody. You ain't got to worry about that with Cam. But
I know where he came from.
as far as his comments, we are ass. I love it. I mean, it's the truth. That's what the team need to hear. It's like Alcohol Anonymous. First thing you gotta do is stand up and say, I am an alcoholic. You gotta acknowledge the problem. We are ass. I'm ass, the O-line, the D-line, he went down the line, said all of us together. Like Cody said, he included himself in that shit. As long as you include yourself, the team gonna feel that. So you acknowledge your problem. Y'all probably gonna be ass this whole year. Y'all probably gonna get another good draft pick. If they smart, they'll get Ridley ass up out of there and get some more draft picks, because he got paid last year and he ass. He lead the league in drops. He got about 130 yards receiving in 4 games.
Yeah.
And it looked like a guy who got
Ridley
paid
is
and-
leading the
and
league in
came off the
drops.
gas.
Really? I thought that was Jerry Jeudy. Most drops, 2025. Calvin Ridley is leading with drops. 20. They say he got a total of 24 drops. That's funny. He ain't got no 24 drops. Most drops per game. Is it this one? C-Mac got 5 drops. BTJ got 5 drops. So he's not leading, but he do got a fair amount. That's like 1 drop per game. That's one. So he's averaging 1 drop per game. CD got 4. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this is a terrible stat. No, it's not good. But I mean, you know, this is not the heart issue of their offense. You know what I mean? I think the biggest thing for them is play calling. And on occasions they throwing some of these balls to him when the coverage is mad tight. So it's like, again, you know, it's I think a big thing in getting your guys going. I think that's big. You know, just getting on the ball, like how the Rams do with Puka. They gonna dump it off to Puka a cool 4 times, and then they're gonna shoot, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna shoot a deep shot to him. And then they're gonna keep just dumping it off, just getting it to him. You know what I mean? 2 more times here, look, you know, something small, and just get them comfortable, get them going. And also, it's every throw. Why? Look, I don't feel like every single time you throw it to them, it should be in tight coverage. You know, I think again, you just create. You know, but again, like I said, everybody, the Titans is not. You know, they play calling ain't like that.
That's what it looked like to me. You know what I'm saying? He don't got
All 4 of those drops from CD came in week 1. That's crazy. CMC had 3 drops on Sunday.
got that same burst, that same dog in him
Yeah.
that I seen in the past. You know what I'm saying? So I would get him up out of there, get him to a contender right now. We asked, get him up out of here, bro. Let's get some more picks. Let's get a young guy in, somebody who can handle that contract. Hey, if they draft right in the next few years with a guy like Cam, you won't be ass. You know what I'm saying? So
Again, though, you can have all the personnel in the world, bro. Their play calling is not it. I'm just being honest.
I like the
You could have AJ Brown, and if your play calling trash, he not gonna. You know what I'm saying? You could have Saquon Barkley if your play calling trash. You know what I'm saying?
comments, man. Hey, it might light a fire up on them. It'll definitely make the guys in the locker room.
I think Puka a generational talent. I think Puka is very good. He's complete. He elite. But clearly, they run that offense. They ran the same offense with Cooper Kupp. They just took Cooper Kupp out and put Puka in. They get their guys the ball. They're going to make sure you get comfortable. They're going to make sure that you get familiar with touching the ball. They're going to make sure that, again, you're going to get quick screens, you're going to get drags, you're going to get crossers, and then we're going to take our shots as well with you. But they did the same thing when Cooper Kupp was there. Exact same thing. You're going to get force fed. You know what I mean? You're going to get into a rhythm.
Lock in and respect them a little bit more.
Yeah, I think you got to just look at, to Cody's point, you got to know his story.
I feel like 90% of the teams in the league, they just don't take that formula and apply it. And then once the receiver is not in the most advantageous situation and they trying to force the ball to him, now it's his fault that he didn't catch it, which it is if it touches his hands. But it's like you could have got him in a flow and got him in a rhythm, and then, got him going, and now he's warmed up, and, it'd be a different situation.
A no-star recruit who worked his way to the #1 overall pick. That dude ain't got no fold in him. He ain't got no, well, it's too much for me. Look at where he came from. So when you got a person that's got pedigree like that, and they worked and pushed through.
Puka is cold, but again, they did the exact same thing with Cooper Kupp. So it's just plug and play. Like, that's not taking nothing away from Puka, but I mean, they're not the only ones who trying to think of somebody else who force feeds. I can't think off the top of the head. They're about the main ones who do that right now.
Through and grinded.
Devontae Adams used to get force fed the ball, but again, I can't think off the top of the head right now.
To be the #1 pick, 4 games ain't gonna start changing that. And then you just look at, like he said with Bo, just look at how he operates. He did just really go back. At the draft, he didn't have no flashy suit on. The basic suit. What do you have on the press conference? A little mini chain. Little mini chain, black t-shirt. He all about the game. And when you have a quarterback, a rookie quarterback at that, that's what you want right there. A person who's taking accountability. Like you said, the very first question that was asked was about, how did you play today? He had the exact same answer. The thing I love the most, being a defensive player, he never addressed the other side of the ball until he said, we all got to be better. He never said defense this, defense that. He even had his teammates back. They said, well, the wide receiver did that. He said, that's on me. That's what you want from your leader. And he's grooming. Being a leader is not, you can't teach that. It's either you got it or you don't. He has it. And I looked at his comments. What questioned me, it bothered me is the coach's comments. Oh, well, I'm not, concerned. They played hard. So? The NFL.
Oh, that's a problem right there. That's the coaching is the problem. I'm not concerned they played hard. What? Bro. It's the coaching. The play calling is not good. And to come out there and say that, nah, bro, I'm not concerned. What the heck? I'm very concerned. We 0-4. I need to hear that full thing. I need to actually hear context. But still, yeah, 0-4. You got the first overall quarterback, and in the past previous drafts, majority of the top rookie quarterbacks played good out the gate, and he's not playing good. We need to do some reflecting. We need to do something. You know what I mean? Like it's like the coaches accepting, yeah, we're gonna be trash because we have a rookie quarterback. Like that's the scapegoat. But just because you got a rookie quarterback does not mean you have to be a bad team at all.
These millionaires. What you mean they play hard? Like,
You seen Shedeur being weird with the interviews today? Nah, I haven't seen it. Drop a link.
So you
I'm
say
not
you're
really worried
5-0.
about them playing hard. They went and play hard. That ain't good enough. That's
Not-
what the starting quarterback is saying this. The coaches, he's so, I want to be optimistic. And I'm like, no. That's why y'all out here getting beat to sleep.
Exactly.
Because you hear, they played hard. I have no problems with how hard they played. And man, that ain't good. I done been on these teams where we play hard. Everybody play hard.
Same.
Like, we play hard.
Yeah.
We love to play football. Playing hard ain't enough. So when your starting quarterback is a rookie and he's doing this, you got to look at everything else around it. If he's standing up there, he all chained out. You see him on social media all the time and then this and this, and then he get up there and do that. We never see Cam Ward unless it's football.
True.
Anybody who talks about him say he's in the building, he arguing with defense on the field because he this and this. You remember the report came out? Remember he was arguing with Jeffrey Simmons, going back and forth, and the coach is giving him a call, and then he go out there and he executes the call perfectly, even though he's arguing with a defender.
Yeah.
He's cerebral. Like, that's what you want. So like Keith said, get some people out of there, draft well, they're practicing well, but it's not correlated to the game. But that's what you need. You need somebody who's
That'd be
up
good.
front and take accountability. There's nothing
They'll be
wrong
straight
with
with Cam.
Nothing wrong with what he did
I got the link.
or what he said.
All right, allow me this. This wouldn't be happening in Tennessee if that were Shedeur Sanders, and it should.
Yes, it would. Oh my gosh. Hey, I respect Skip's loyalty to Shedeur, but they play calling bad. It is what it is. And I said it when draft time, I had Shedeur over Cam. But I said it's not a huge gap between them. It's okay. You know what I mean? I still got Shedeur over Cam, and it's okay. To each his own, but it's not a huge gap between them. Same thing would be happening. He said, I can't speak right now. After the Browns named Dylan Gabriel the new starting quarterback, Shedeur reacted with a full mime. I wonder what the purpose of this is. I don't feel like watching the whole thing. And 44 seconds on him speaking to silence. I'm cool on that. I mean, he should be happy, if anything. He should be happy because that puts him a step closer to being the next quarterback to play. So if I'm him, I'd be happy. You know, I'd be rooting for Dylan. And if Dylan plays good, then that gives you the opportunity to get traded somewhere else. So this is a good moment for Shedeur. If Dylan play bad, you up next. If Dylan play good, at least I got an answer as to what the next move is going to be.
Should have been Shedeur. That's just me. I said I like Cam Ward. I love Shedeur. He should have been the first overall pick. That's just me. I want to get that out there again because I was in concrete about that before the draft. With those remarks, they're great, and I agree with what he's made of because there was an infamous, I'm going to be a little negative here on Shedeur, there's an infamous video out there. They were at the Combine together, and it's being shot for Deion's, social, for Colorado Social. And Cam Ward says, I'm paraphrasing, but he says to Shedeur, let's go work out. And Shedeur says, no, I got to go record. You know, he's going to go record some
rap.
Yeah, like rap song. And Cam's saying, no, we got to go work out, man. This is it. They're at the combine. They're in Indy.
Yeah.
And it was just, it showed you what you're saying. Like Cam wanted to go work out at the combine during, he's not going to perform. He's just going to go interview, but he wants to stay in peak condition ahead of the draft. Okay, so I give you all that, but when you make these comments, you have to be careful not to point it too hard at the veterans, or they'll turn on you.
Yeah, I don't know why Shedeur was doing the whole mime thing. I don't know. That's odd, but I'm not gonna try to read too much into it. Plain and simple, I think it's a little weird, but he could just be being funny. So it's like I don't want to read too much into it and assume the wrong thing.
Because the most ass on the Titans right now has been the young quarterback, and he's a baby, and yet the one thing I didn't love about him.
It felt like they're like putting Cam out there to go and figure everything out. You know what I mean? Like it don't feel like the play calling is helping him, you know.
Miami was at this level. It's like Caleb. You can't just run around and make plays as an athlete. You just can't. You won't last.
Yeah.
They are bigger, stronger, faster, especially the DBs, and they're going to close so much faster where you can't get away with. I can just outmaneuver and I can buy time, and then I might just run on you, or I might wait until somebody comes open for a 40-yard catch. Okay, so he tries to do that too much. It won't translate.
True.
And these numbers are staggeringly bad so far, but he's a baby. And I'm not condemning. I'm just saying.
What that QBR say?
Well, it's just the worst. It's a 23.
Yeah.
And the worst is 51% of his passes completed. It won't work, man. You're not going to last, but he's a baby. And it can change. He's 2 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. But now, situations.
Yes.
It's always about your situation as a baby quarterback. So Brian Callahan's the head coach for a second year. Okay, so he was in Cincinnati with Joe Burrow and company for 5 years.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I feel like Will Levis, that's another quarterback who's just on the bench right now. I mean, he's hurt, he's out for the year. But I feel like Will Levis had talent. And, you know, maybe his decision making didn't look the best. But seeing Cam in this situation right now, that makes me question if this is the same coach from last year, if this is the same offense from last year. Kind of got me looking at the coaches a little, you know, just a little bit.
Years
as the OC.
under Zach Taylor. And yet, who called the plays in Cincinnati? Zach Taylor. Okay, so Brian Callahan had never called plays until he finally gets a head coaching job. And I'm like, and you're qualified to do what? You have proven you can do what? So Brian Callahan called plays for Cam Ward the first 3 games and then threw up his hands and said, I can't do it. And I don't know this Bo Hardegree. I don't know if you know of him. I don't know him. I don't know much about him, but he let
So the head coach has been the one calling the plays. I didn't know this. I didn't know that.
him call the plays against the Texans and they got blanked. You know, what was it, 24
Yeah.
to nothing.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's the answer, but I don't know if Brian Callahan is the answer, because is he not somewhat a product of Joe Burrow? Well, sure he is. You can argue Zach Taylor's a product of Joe Burrow right here as we speak, because I'm looking at Twitter last night.
Product of Sean.
All right, we capping that off right there. Like I said, I've been saying the whole video, I think play calling has been the issue more than anything. I think the receivers are fine. I know Calvin really got 4 drops. I still think the receivers are fine. I think the offensive system is not even in the top half. It's not even top 15. It's not even 15. Somewhere near the bottom. They play calling is not great. And I think that's where the issue starts, you know. With a rookie quarterback, you need better play calling to make the job easier on him. And again, it feels like they drafted him thinking that they got a generational talent and that he can go out there and make plays and he can go out there and win us games. But they're expecting his talent to overpower the play calling. You know what I mean? And it's just I think that's too high expectations for a rookie quarterback, regardless if he's first overall or not. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Appreciate y'all for watching. Subscribe, stay tuned, stay blessed.